Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll discuss about the data masking feature. What data masking feature is, how we can implement data masking using TIBCO's data virtualization software. Right? You might have probably read and heard about it, and you must probably know what data masking is. Right? So data masking is where you hide the information or transform the information in such a way that the user should not be able to identify what the actual number is. Just like if you have a social security number or a credit card number, and while analyzing your data, you don't want your business analyst to see that data because of the compliances of land, right? Uh, just like in India, you can't store or you can't show the customer's Aadhaar number to the business users. Similar compliances can be implemented at various customer locations. So today we'll discuss. So I have written a small blog, if you must say, about how you can implement data masking. The article talks about what are different types of data masking: dynamic, static, on-the-fly data masking, and then how TIBCO data virtualization comes into the picture and how it solves your problem. Right? Just like I'll give you an example, and then we'll probably move to the demo where let's say you have two tables. One is customer profile table, and then there's a transaction table. You have joined these two tables in data virtualization, and now you have different users who are accessing these tables. Now your business user should not be able to see the social security number and the credit card number, whereas your accountant should be able to see first four digits of your credit card number. Right? And for admin user, everything should be visible. So these are the different types of rules or policies that you can create for different types of users, and or you can define this policy using TIBCO's TDV manager. Right? First, let's start with the view. We'll understand the view. We'll understand on which particular column that we are going to put these conditions, and then we'll proceed with the demo. So I have one table which is pupil transactions, right? And I have different columns in it, like date, year, my customer ID, and my application ID. Okay? So here first we'll start about the customer ID. What we'll do is for one type of user, will not show the customer ID at all. For a different type of user, we'll show last four digit of the customer. Right? And for testing purpose, we'll reverse the customer ID as well. And how do we do it? Right. First, we'll just create a view out of it, and probably we have the view over here. No, it is joined. I'll just create a logical view. Sorry. Transactions. Okay, so I have this view. Let's save it, and just query this view so that my data is there. Okay, I have my customer. I'll publish this view as well. I'll publish it as a database service. I'll create a new composite service. I have my group created. I'll publish my transactions. Now you have a view which is published, and now every user can see the details as is. Now we'll go on and create a view for create a policy. First, I'll go to security. You have to log into your TDV manager. It is the URL, the port that you use to connect your TDV Studio. Same port can be used over here, and the username password that is provided to you. You go to security, you select column-based security. Here, you just go to policies first. You create a policy. Right? Add a policy, give name, I'll give name transactions table. Okay. Now that I can create some annotation. Now I'll have to select the data type that I am going to apply this policy to. So my data type of people transaction is my customer is a varchar, so I'll select string. So my data type string, I'll add a rule. Okay, my domain is composite. Now I want like this should be applied to a user level or a group level, right? If you have defined different groups and you want these data masking policies to be applied to different users, or different groups, you need to select it over here. For now, I'll just select it for the user, and I'll do for admin, my rule type should be let's say, first of all, I'll show you how the null works. I'll say null, and I'll apply this policy first, and I'll just save. Once you save the policy, you have to assign this policy to a table or to a view, right? Here you go to edit assignments. You first select where your user is, where your view is. The published view that we have published is in the E group, right? And in E group, if I go to my pupil, I have a transactions, right? I'll select transaction, and from transaction I have to select my customer, and now I'll assign my policy. You can select the column, so select the row, and from select there's a drop down, and you select a policy. I have a transactions table policy. I'll just assign this policy. Now my policy is assigned. I'll go to assignment list. You can see my policy is assigned over here. Now, if I go back to my to the studio, I'll just run this query again. Okay, I'll run this query. You can see my customer is null now. Right now, if I want to give a static value over here, instead of null, I can just go and edit the policy, and I'll say edit. Instead of null, you show me a static value, and static value can be sample. Let's say I have set sample, save, and I will go here, and if I refresh this, all the values in the particular transaction are particular table. All the values in that column have been changed to a sample value. Right. The next thing that we can do is you can assign a custom expression. If you go to this and if you add edit the rule, you can see you have multiple options. That means you can keep original value, you can null the value, you can do partial string masking, you can write a custom function, whatever custom function that you can you write into TIBCO data virtualization, that function you can use over here, right? Then you can write expressions as well, just like you can reverse a string, you can substring, you can do all these things. In partial string masking, you need to select this prefix of how many character do you want to leave alone, right? And the suffix as well. I'll just say 22, and my padding should be, let's say, I'll give 4 stars, right? If I say apply and I save it, I'll run it again. You see two characters from the prefix and 2 characters from the suffix have been kept unchanged, and the 4 middle characters have been replaced by the asterisk. Right? Whatever the length of the string may be, the middle character from prefix and suffix will be marked as star or whatever character that you choose to apply over here. Now, this is for admin user. Now, for a different user, I want to reverse the this particular column. I'll just go to this and I'll edit this policy. I'll add a rule. I'll say for test user, I will use an expression that is reverse my my column name is pupil underscore customers, right? Pupil underscore customers. I'll apply this and I'll save this. Now my policy that I have created is already assigned to my transactions group. I'll open a different TDV Studio and I'll log in as a test user over here. Test user. Now I have logged into this studio using test user. I'll go to this, I'll select a logic. See here, there is some error that I'm getting. If I run it, what it is saying is reverses are not recognized function. Okay, my spelling is there's a spelling mistake in my policy. I'll edit this and just yeah, I've corrected it. Yeah. Now if the server is updated, I'll just reopen it, and if I refresh it, you can see for my test user it has been reversed. Similarly, you can select any function that you want and apply the same policy over here. You can write a custom function, you can write expression, and you can assign it to different user groups as well. I'll just reiterate what we have discussed. To create a column level column based security, or you want to write some data masking policies or data masking rules, first you need to define a policy by just clicking on add policy. Once you define a policy, you need to select on which type of column that you want to assign this policy to. You need to enable this policy and then write different rules for it. And while writing these rules, you need to mention which type of user or group that you want to assign it to, then the name of the username or the group name that you have created, then you have to select the rule type, and once you select the rule type, then you need to provide similar attributes or parameters to it, right? If you want to keep it null, or do you want to keep a static value, do you want to do a partial string masking, or whether you want to use the custom functions, or you want to write expressions. These expressions can mimic all the SQL expressions that you might have. You can write substring, you can write reverse, you can even use combination of these functions to create an expression which can be used for the data masking purpose. Once you have created these policies, you need to go and assign the policy to the view that you want to assign it to and the column that you want to assign it to. To do that, you have to select which particular folder that you have created and go down and select the views, and that policy will be assigned to you. All the policies that you have created, you will get the assignment list over here, and you can select the policy from the drop down list and see the policy that you have created is assigned to which resource and which column. Yeah. So that was about how you can do data masking using TIBCO's data virtualization software. If you want more such videos, please write some comments below, and I'll try to create such videos and add to the community. Thank you.